Bella. Wanted to do a little workshop with you around releasing, because this is a massive full moon, and this is what we do at every full moon, because the energy of the full moon brings up anything that we need to release. So I want you to just get comfortable. Pen and paper is needed, maybe a glass of water. You know, I want your feet to be able to touch the ground to anchor you, and we're going to connect into your heart chakra and ask it what it would like to release, and then we're going to write it down, and then we're going to burn it in a ceremony. But we have to get there. We have to get it first. It's really powerful because it creates space. And while you're doing that, I'm going to infuse that space with energy healing, with Reiki, with life force. And then it's whatever you wield. It's however you wield that life force to benefit you. So I want you to just relax now and just take a big deep breath, feet flat, palms up. Just resting on your legs. And it's annoying, I close my eyes, but I want you to close your eyes. I've got lipstick all over my face. Sorry. Big deep breath, releasing out. Really good to make a noise when you exhale. This is getting all stale air out of your lungs, rejuvenating your body. And then you're going to say out loud and creating that energy field, and then get your source, get guidance on what it is. So it's like, I now release the need for. Big deep breath. Then repeat out loud after me. I now release the need for. And we're not going to go to look for it. We're just going to see what comes up. A lot of times I do this. Something comes up, or I share with somebody else, and I think, gosh, that's so good, right? So we're trying to get something that you don't already know. So just saying this again, getting your pen and paper and writing down, I now release the need for. So we don't want to do a double sort of negative thing. So I don't want to release the need for not having a boyfriend, or not having a husband, or not having, my life force or life purpose or whatever. So you're not going to say, I'm going to release the need for not having it. So in that sense, you would say, I would release the need, right? I've got here, I would release the need to be single. Obviously that's a need that needs to be released. I release the need, and you can put in, I release the need for being size 14. Releasing that need now. I release the need, and then you could think of habits. You say, I release the need for sugar. I release the need for debt. I release the need for excess weight. I release the need to worry. I release, and it could be a health issue. I release my high blood pressure. I release my anxiety. I now release any negative habit. Drinking, smoking, not meditating like there's a knot. See, gets you, doesn't it? So it's like I release the need to worry. I release the need to not feel connected. I release the need to feel that I'm not going to receive everything I need. Then you write down, I release the pattern in my subconscious mind that has created this condition. Now the reason that you're writing it down, right, is to put it onto the earth plane. Takes it out of your energetic field, which we talked about the chakras in my previous videos. The energy field takes it out of there, puts it onto the earth plane, and then you actually will release it. On the new moon, we buzz it up. We magnify our wishes. Full moon, we release fears. So then I want you to just see what else is coming up as I talk. And I've got here, I now release the need for, and it can be I will now release the pattern in my subconscious mind, that has created this condition. And I've got being single, narcissistic abuse, right? If you're an empath or a Blu-ray, you've experienced that. I release the need for any codependent relationships in my life. I release the need for bad habit. I release the need for debt. I release the need for being in the thought prisons, that is. I release the need to be in the matrix. I release the need, right? So this is releasing. It's not bringing in. They're also saying they want you to include, in writing this down, is I release the need, right, for any pain in my heart. Because there's a new template coming down. So I want you to write down, I now release the old template of love from my heart. I now release the old template of relationships from my heart, mind, and psychic aura. We're just putting it on paper, you need to write it down. So we're going to write it all down. This is sort of the workshop bit. So I'm going to come back in a minute. We're going to do the actual, but this is just to figure it out. I just want this to sit with you for a minute. What else could you release? What else don't you want in your life? Right? We're going to release pain from humanity. We release the need for any pain. We release the need for any children being tortured. Right? We now release the need for any darkness. And we now release the need for any low vibrations. And we now release the need for anything that is not of love. But we want to do this on a personal scale. That's why I'm having this with you, because it's like we've got to clear you up first. You've got to feel like you're clearing and you're releasing, so you can release any pain from the past. You might put down an actual person's name. I now release so-and-so from my psychic aura, from my heart and my mind. You might write down, I now release the need to panic around money. I now release the need, right, whatever it is. I release the pattern in my subconscious mind that has created this condition. And then just see whatever else comes up as anywhere in health or money or love or anything that you notice that has come up that you think is hindering you. So I release anything that is hindering me from moving forward on my path. Can't say I release anything that stops me from being with so-and-so. I release anything that stops me from being with that job. We're not doing outside things. We're releasing the need within, right, of any bad habits or anything like that. So I just got another message for you guys tonight. Is to get it out on paper, is to write it down and then to release it. So if you've got 3 or 4 pages, just keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm going to come back and do a little meditation and a little bit of a ritual, and just so that's, leave this for 24 hours, come back and do the full moon ritual with me and bring all your beliefs, false beliefs. I release all the need for any false beliefs. I release all the need for carrying any beliefs that no longer serve me. I now release all people from my life that no longer serve me. I now am open, right, to releasing any relationship that does not serve my highest purpose and my greatest good. And I release the need for blah, blah, blah. So I've been doing these for a while, and through the ascension process, right, I realised that underneath things there are beliefs. So I was wanting, to release the need to carry any excess weight. However, I needed it to stay here. I just fly around in 5. So Bella's not here, right? So I needed that. I chose this body to anchor it down, and I'm actually okay with that. But what happened is it was a belief system underneath. It was overnight, right? The last full moon overnight, I let go of sugar. I released the need for sugar. I mean, in coffee and tea, like, teaspoons of sugar. I don't have it in the house. I mean, not all sugar. Let's not get too carried away. But, you realise that is like a kilo of sugar I was buying every couple of weeks or every month. And I was eating the whole thing. So I released the need for sugar. Butter, released the need for butter because it made me feel nurtured and loved, like I was, having marmalade on toast. It's like a grandma yummy feeling. And the other thing was milk, butter and sugar overnight. And underneath that, right, before it actually released, I came to terms with that was a belief. It's like, oh my gosh, underneath that was a belief of they're the staples, right? Because that's where my parents' generation came from, the depression. They had to preserve food. They didn't just have it down the road. They had to have the cows, they had to have the milk, butter and sugar, and you can make anything with a bit of flour, right? Shove something in it. It's like you got pancakes, you got pie. So I came from a belief system, wasn't even mine, it was my parents. Come out of the depression, you must have your staples. You must have sugar, butter and milk. So I've given up milk. Someone, soy and everything, which I enjoy, but I just thought, how funny, those 3 items just don't go into my trolley, like I don't shop for them, and they're completely out of my diet, and I haven't looked back. So releasing the belief that you have to have those staples to survive was in my genetic coding, and I would just buy it without even thinking, right? That's not being awake. As soon as I woke up, I went, what am I doing? And then I went underneath, and it was like, my belief system was like, as long as you have these things, you will be safe, right? So then I had to clear that out, because that's not my belief system. I believe that without any milk, any sugar, and any, what was the other thing? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember it. Without them was, you couldn't create anything. Milk. So I've drunk lots of milk all my life, and then your ego coming, we need calcium. It's like, no, actually your body doesn't know how to digest milk, because that's like you're at the udder of a cow going, anyway, let's not go there. So you'll be fine without milk, right? So there's lots of different calcium substitutes that have come in, lots of leafy green vegetables, eating different, as long as you're doing that. So that happened through a release your fears fire ceremony I did, right? So that actually unearthed then something underneath. So then I had to release the belief. I released the belief that having those staples in my kitchen makes me feel safe. That I'm not going to starve to death or whatever. It's like, now I release that. So we're releasing a lot of stuff from our genetic coding, and that's what a lot of people who are the way shows and going really forward at the moment, full moons will bring up patterns in your genetic coding. So please think about letting that's not even about my belief system. My parents believe that. I don't have to believe that. I can release that belief, and in its place I'm going to put this. So, even looking at beliefs that don't serve you, right? And, just things, and then underneath it, beliefs. But I found that really interesting, how staples in your kitchen and carrying extra sort of excess weight was a belief system taken from after the depression through my genetic coding that I'd actually absorbed and was holding on to, which didn't serve me. It was like amazing. So dig a bit deeper. Let this rest overnight. Come back the next day, and then we're going to put them more down, add to it. You could have 2 or 3 pages if this is your first time. If this isn't your first time, get at least 10 things that you want to release. It can be a feeling. I release the need to feel anxious. I release the need to feel upset. I release the need to feel like stuck in my throat, right? I release the need to feel less than. I release the need to feel closed in, to feel like I can't get where I need to go. So, just sending any, we're clearing this right now from your energetic matrix, and we just want to actually send you down some Reiki symbols, because Reiki brings you back into the present moment. And that's where we need to be to release, and that's where we need to be to actually receive. And then that's where we need to be to actually manifest what we want, because it goes through our energy field and we manifest it because we are the actual creators. So we've got to make room, we've got to get rid of this. And I'm telling you, every month this comes up. So every month you need to do this as a ritual, and the time is now. So give yourself another couple of seconds after this, anytime through the night, or you know, you might go, oh, yes, I'll release that. Get it on paper, and then we're going to forget about it. But don't keep doing it through the months, just for this, just for the full moon. And we'll release them together. So get them together and look at my next video about the full moon ritual, and I'll take you through it. I have to do it on full moon. I love you. Okay, talk to you soon.